Good morning, my name is Sarah and I'm joined by Mr. Kelvin Chisanga, an economist by profession. Mr. Chisanga, how is that?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And how best can we, the citizens, play a role in maintaining the kwacha and also in contribution to economic development?
Okay, so the beginning point is I think we have driven a lot of importation process at large scale. And even now, when you look at the consumption appetite that we tend to drive, we do so much of import-driven activities, and this is weighing more on the commodity that we are importing. I think it's more important to drive local production to ensure that we basically realign ourselves toward what we produce. The more appetite we have for imported goods, the more we are driving the kwacha crazy, and that is what has really put everything in that shape. And then we should also be able to see if it's possible that we can drive activities that can drive more appetite into the local market. That will be able to help as compared to what we have seen over time. Because what we have seen that we are all dependent on FDI, foreign development investment, which is not supposed to be the case. We need now to have a mixture blend of local players also to interplay into the critical sectors of the economy. And much to this also, what we need to do is to look at how best can we work around the dollar inflow in the country as well. What we have seen over time is that we have more demanding nature on the dollar to drive these other activities. And much to this also, we also extend our influence around the dollar, even in the local market, which shouldn't be the case. What we need to do is to also see how best we can curtail some of the sectors that are requiring to do with dollar, so that we can drive kwacha from that perspective. Then what we need to do also is perhaps maybe from the government point of view, the government also need to see a level in which we should be able to interplay some of these imports that are being driven into Zambia. We need to have some quotas as well. Quarantine some of the items that are being produced in Zambia, so that we can defend the infant industry in the country, so that we do not need to compete with the foreign-based product in the local market. That has also gravitated to what we see, because you might find that you are producing soap here, then there is a soap that is coming outside the country. Some of these developments that we see in the local market, the policies should be speaking to restrict those importations, so that we can groom the local manufacturers and local producers, so that we safeguard from that perspective. So overall, what we need to do also is to find safety net in terms of dollar demand and supply factors. For example, if we want to have more dollar, we need also to look at the border costs. Somebody said in particular, it's got a high dollar transaction sort of volume that need to be worked on. And from the government perspective, in terms of policy, there must be a way we can lift up some of the transactions that are dollar-based as well, so that we can have more cultivation of dollar into the country. Then the other aspect is the account, the foreign-based accounts which are linked to export receipts need to have some bit of interest, especially the accounts that we see receiving export products. That should be able to work out to make maybe even just more attractive with the financial sector. We need to have some accounts that can have good interest on dollar, so that even when we keep money in the accounts, they should be able to give us that substantial interest. At the end of it all, somebody will be forced to keep the dollar in the account, and then they'll be able to play it out with an aspect of hoping to say that once you keep the money in the bank can then use that money, and we can have more money in the circulation as it funds. So again, we should avoid the appetite of driving even a small stuff with dollar transaction in the local market. You find, for example, even when you want to buy a plot today, somebody will tell you to say it's $18,000. So if we keep that, then we'll be able to promote kwacha in essence.
All right, so thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.